to pitch and pitch effectively, the best pitching interface in the game, how to use it because it's a little bit confusing, and some general tips on pitching. And so I figured we'd go into pitching practice and I would talk to you about how I pitch and what you guys should do to pitch more effectively. And it'll be a little bit of baseball tips, a little bit of in-game stuff too. So go ahead and grab, I want to grab Wade Davis, but I think I'm going to go grab Clayton Kershaw because he's got a lot of different pitches, and select him. We'll go up against, I don't know, I don't want to go up against somebody that's just incredible or anything. We'll go up against, like, Northwest Arkansas Naturals, like one of the Royals teams. I'm gonna get my phone real quick while this loads so I can read some of these tips I wrote down. Alright, so here's basically how you want to pitch. Alright, there are four main things that will make any pitcher successful in this game. And there's four main steps. Number one is location. Location is really important. Number two is execution. So now that you picked a location, you need to execute the pitch. You need to hit the spot that you've picked, and that's what execution is. And you do that by inputting the right command on the meter of your choice, which should be analog. It's by far the best one. Trust me, if you practice it, it's definitely the way to go. Number three is the next key is getting the hitter off balance. And pretty much the name of the game of hitting is being on balance, and the name of the game of pitching is getting the hitter off balance. So how do you get them off balance? You switch up pitches, and you don't throw a fastball every single time, type of thing. You keep them off balance, you keep them guessing, thinking, oh, it could be any of these pitches instead of one, so they can't key in on a pitch. And number four is you change the hitter's eye level. So you might throw a couple high and inside pitches, and then you'll throw one low and outside to change the eye level to get back to the high and inside pitch that you want. So those are the four main tips, just baseball wise, to keep in mind here is location, execution, keeping the batter off balance, and changing the eye level of the hitter. Now let me explain some of the in-game stuff. You have confidence and you have energy. When either of these two meters go down, if your confidence goes down or your energy goes down, the chances of them getting hits is way higher than if you have full confidence and full energy. It's you can still get hit with full confidence and full energy, but it's not nearly as likely. So make sure that you have a good bullpen and you monitor your pitcher, and don't be afraid to go to your bullpen to go ahead and get that pitcher out of the game, because you really aren't fighting a fair fight with those 2 meters down. So you got the pitch confidence and energy right there. Now each pitch, they end up getting pitch confidence as well, and the more effective that you use a pitch to the batters, that pitch confidence will go up, or it can actually go down as well. So you notice throughout this video, the pitches in that menu will start to build up, or they won't build up. So hopefully they will build up, and when they are more maxed out, obviously they're better to use. And if you're not using a particular pitch, like let's say you're only using 3 out of your 5 pitches, the other 2 will start to lose confidence, or they won't build up the confidence that you need. So if you threw a bunch of fastballs, a bunch of curveballs, a bunch of changeups, but you're never throwing the slider or the sinker, when you need to throw the slider or the sinker, it might not have the confidence that the other ones have, type of thing. So make sure you use all your pitches. A lot of times I juice up my fastball or a sinker in Diamond Dynasty against their pitcher. You know what I mean? Like, I might, that's like a good time to juice up a pitch you haven't been using, is against the pitcher. So yeah, you select one of the pitches that you want, and then you can move it to where you want. And then as far as the camera goes on where you should move it, I would say I like this outfield camera. A lot of people might like the strike zone camera, like the perspective from the catcher's point of view. Now, I would say at this point, you might have something that you already like. If you like from behind the pitcher and you can't find the view you like, I'd use outfield. And if you like it from the catcher's point of view, I'd probably use strike zone. But I would say use whatever camera that you like the most and stick with it, like where you know where you can set up your location, because a lot of times you're just going to be looking at the meter. For me, it helps to set up the location to look at outfield, but it may help you more to look at it from the catcher's perspective. Alright, now analog pitching. After we select location, there's the meter. It says to start the pitch, hold down on the stick. If you're familiar with the regular meter, you might be familiar with that yellow line, right? Like you all know the yellow line, you go up, it goes past the yellow line, and comes back almost like a golfing game, and you would click on it. Well, this here, to pull down, and it's going to hit that yellow line, right? It's just another way of going about it. It does the same things on the meter as that pitching meter, but it's just different here. And why this is so effective is you can really almost always hit that yellow line, like time after time after time, so you can execute so much better and have more finesse on your executing too. And on top of all that, it is more forgiving than that meter is this year. So like it says, you hold R on the stick to start the pitch. I need to pick a location, so I'm going to pick like high and inside. I'm not sure what pitch I pick. But then, as you see, as I move it to the right, the circle goes to the right, okay? From my view, the circle goes to the right. Now, if I move it to the left, the circle goes to the left. Now, if I pull down and when I push back up on the stick to throw it, if I throw it to the left of that circle right now, it'll throw it even more left than my intended target. If I throw it to the right of that circle, by accident, like I don't get a perfect in the circle, it'll go more towards the plate. So let me show you on this side as well. If I put it over here, it'll go to the right. If I put it right on in that circle, it's going to go right to the top right. You just see like where I'm aiming with the pitch thing. Now if I go to the right of the circle, it'll go more inside, and if I go to the left of the circle, it'll go more over the plate. So pretty much I want to hit the center of the ball when I push the stick back up after pulling it down. I want to hit the ball, or I want it to be inside. I want it to be to the right of it, so it'll be off the plate, because I don't want to miss towards the middle and leave it over the plate. Over here, I want to hit it right in it, or I want to be on the left, and that's where the more finesse of this style of pitching comes into play, because you can make sure that you're going to miss off the plate instead of missing over the heart of the plate, and that's really important with this. But let's aim right here, and then I'll pull down on the stick, and then once I get to the yellow line, I might mess up this first one because the tutorial's up like that. Once I get to the yellow line, I'll push up and to the right, and I'll try to hit right in that center circle so I hit my spot. And it's pretty forgiving, but like I said, make sure you miss to the outside so you're off the plate, whichever side of the plate you go to. You don't want to miss to the left of the circle right now, because it's going to go back over the plate, and that's not where you're going to miss your location in those first four steps I was talking about. So I'm going to push up on the stick, but it will be pretty forgiving. If I get it pretty close to that circle, it's going to be a good pitch, because you can already see I'm pushing it down towards the line, and then I'm going to be pushing it up towards that spot that's the circle ring, okay? So let's give it a go here. And then another thing that I want you guys to look out for too is, you'll remember on the pitching meter there's a yellow, there's an orange, and then there's a red. Now, depending on how quickly you attack and push the stick up, how quickly you respond to getting on the line, push up, the indicator will light up red, orange, yellow, or nothing if you did it really slow. Like, if you remember on the pitching meter, when you go up to the highest part of the meter and click in the red, it'll come down as faster, but it'll throw it a lot harder. It's the same principle here, except for now is if you push the stick up faster, it will indicate red. So it's doing the same things as the meter. If you're familiar with the meter, this will make a lot of sense to you. If you're not, the faster you push up the stick, the faster he's going to throw it. The faster you move it back up to that circle, the faster he's going to throw it. So now I'll push it up and to the right, and I'll put it in that dot. I'll tack him right in here, down, up. You can see it was orange because of how I didn't push it up necessarily as fast as that first time. There you go. It's as easy as that. Depending on your pitcher's, you know, his animation style, the line will be in different spots. If we can clear the bases here, let me step off the rubber so we can get the pitch location, or the pitch trail. But depending on his motion, you know, that line will be further down or further up. Kershaw out of the stretch, his line is not very far. It makes him really accurate to hit that meter. But as you can see with this, like, I can hit my spot every single time. I mean, like, every single time I can hit my spot with that. Now, pitches that I like to use a lot of high and inside fastballs. I think that's a really tough pitch. And you can see how the line went down there now that we're in the windup. Line's further down because it's all timed up with when he's going to throw it. But I'm just looking at the line. And see, that time I went down and then I went back up instead of going down and like that with the stick. So I'll try to show it on here. Like, I'll go down. Let me step off the rubber. I'm going to try to do this backwards. This is going to be really hard. Step off the rubber again. I can't see where I am. Hold on. So I'll set the pitch. It really doesn't, yeah. So I'm going to set the pitch inside. I'm pull down. And then I'm going to push up. Well, I pushed up pretty bad there. It's hard to do. Let me see if I can kind of, this might work. This might work. It's flip-flopped though. It's flip-flopped. Maybe if I do it like, no, it's gonna be flip-flop kind of, because it's like looking into a mirror with the camera. But basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull down and then you're gonna push up into that direction. Pull down, push up in the direction. If you use this camera, you'll set the pitch with the right stick. I think here. You'll actually set the pitch with the left stick. Set the pitch with the left stick, and then you pull down on the right stick, as we saw, push up to the circle. And I pushed up real fast that time. You see that the meter indicated that lit up red. So I was like, I pushed it in the red on the meter, like the regular pitching meter. I clicked it on the line, and then I shot it up into that circle to hit a perfect location. So it's kind of got one more functionality, and that's what I was talking about being careful of. Is if you want to miss to the outside of the circle. Like, I'd want to miss to the left of the circle over here. I'd want to miss to the right of the circle over here. Don't want to do that. You really don't want to push it up and then miss over the middle, because that's where it's going to go. That's pretty bad. Let me get a good pitch here for you guys. And after a little, like, that wasn't perfect at all. But you can see how I went back more to the middle. Now if I can get a perfect, it'll go more over to the right. You can control that with the stick. And the first couple times you do this, the first couple times you practice this, it's not going to be fluid. It might be really fluid for you. Actually, that was a terrible pitch. You can see I missed it way over to the left. And that might happen from time to time when you first start practicing it. You might throw something like that when you first start practicing, you know what I mean? But after, like, I don't know, 3 games or so, or if you go into this practice mode, you're going to have it down, and then it'll become like second nature, and it's just so much better than the meter. It's so much easier to execute. You can throw it exactly where you want to throw it, and you'll have more and more control over how it feels. Throw with the analog pitching. But at least I missed to the side I wanted to miss there. I missed to the right and it went inside right. And I'm throwing all fastballs right now just to show you guys what I'm doing. So I'm pushing down the right stick, pushing up to the right. There it goes. Right into my location. Remember those 4 steps I'm talking about. Location. So we'll just do a regular bat here. Oops. I didn't execute. Location, execution, getting them off balance, and changing eye level. So pitch one high and inside, I'll pitch another high and inside. You really don't want to throw the same pitch in the same spot more than 3 times in a row. After 3 times in a row, no matter what, change it. Even if you have to throw it in their red zone, change it. You don't want to throw the same spot more than 3 times. Dang it, that was bad execution there. But now since I've thrown 2 high and inside, I'm gonna throw a changeup low and outside. So I like to throw heat, high and inside, especially. I think high and inside heat is always good. And then I want to throw a changeup low and outside because it'll look like a fastball and then die off the plate. Actually, that was a pretty good contact there. Check the lead runner with L2 if you want. So I'll do that here. I can check the lead runner. L2 and triangles at pickoff. We'll just do that for the sake of the tutorial. I guess it's not that bad to know. I don't know if he'll actually look at the runner in an actual game of Diamond Dynasty or head-to-head. I like to throw high and inside fastballs, and then I like to throw change-ups on the outside, or change-ups down to their blue. And then I like to throw curveballs. Good block there. That's a good slide by the computer. Curveballs I like to throw low. I want the curveball to start at his belt and break out of the zone. I want to throw the curveball very low. You don't want to throw a curveball high. If we get a left-handed batter up, I'll show you when I throw a slider. To right-handed batters, I'm pretty much throwing a fastball high and inside, fastball to their blue if I need it, and then I'll use off-speed low and away. I'll change I'll keep them off balance. Tip number 3, I'll keep them off balance with the low and outside, and I'll change their eye level. So you want to change their eye level, so you want to change the pitch to keep them off balance, and you want to change their eye level so they can't be like, oh, you're throwing all high, or you're throwing all low, or you're throwing all left, or you're throwing all right. You can see how I just missed the inside part of my execution on the dot, but it went right where it goes, right where you tell it to go with this. It's really nice. It's really nice. I really think it's the best way to pitch in the game, hands down. Sure, we'll try pitch command. We'll keep going through this. If you guys have any questions about pitching, please let me know too in the comments. Another tip I'd give you guys is if you're a left-handed pitcher and you're going against a left-handed hitter, your out pitch is the slider. If you're going against a right-handed hitter, your out pitch. If you're going against a right-handed pitcher, if you're going against a right-handed hitter with a left-handed pitcher, your out pitches will be low change-ups and low curveballs. Pitch that I want here. This will be a good test for the accuracy of how accurate this thing is. This will be a real good example. Oops. You can see it missed outside of where I told it. Not too bad. So this would be till if there's a left-handed. Oh my gosh, that was bad execution. See how I missed to the left and it went into the center. What pitch did it tell me to use? Sinker. Pretty forgiving. I wasn't right on it, but pretty forgiving. Pretty much this will go exactly where you input it, which is what you want in pitching. I mean, first is picking smart locations. You know, picking the blue, and then this meter, after a little bit of practice, is by far the easiest one to execute. Without question, in my opinion. Tapping the button, if you're not tapping it perfect on the meter, is just not good. Not good at all. And this allows you to do different things, like if they bunt, let's say, you can throw it to the outside. You know, you can do a lot of things. You'll always be set up to throw it the way you want to throw it. What do they want to change up? You don't want to miss like that. You want to make sure you get it out to the thing. Makes throwing out of the stretch a little bit easier, but it's not that more difficult. See, I'm cool with that miss. As long as I miss the outside of where my aimer is, I'm usually alright with that. That would be a case where I'm not alright with that. It's to the left, I want to miss left. The hoops to the right, yeah, that's perfect. If I miss there, that's fine, because at least it's not going over the plate. I didn't aim this one very good, quite honestly, but it worked out. If you move to the left, put the left stick, it should go to the left when you are aiming the location. Once you have it set where you want, step off. Once you have it set where you want, then you pull down on the right stick. This is kind of a weird location that he gave me. I would never really put a slider over the middle of the plate like that. So yeah guys, that's some pretty basic tips there. Remember, number 1, location. Number 2, execution. Number 3, get them off balance by using different pitches. Number 4, change the eye level. Never throw three of the same pitches in the same spot 3 times in a row. Just switch it up. Even if they got red, switch it up and then go back to that pitch to finish off in their blue. Use the analog. I'll show you what that looks like in the meter. You just want to go to pure analog for your pitching interface. Give it a try. Give it some practice. It'll work out. I mean, I strike out. I have Kershaw on my Diamond Dynasty team and get like 16 strikeouts. Almost threw a no-hitter perfect game with Felix Hernandez, and those are in the Diamond Dynasty gameplay videos if you guys want to check those out. But please drop a like on this video if it helped you out with pitching. Please drop comments. I almost respond to every comment that I get on my channel within 24 hours. So please drop a comment if you have any questions. I can try to answer those questions or point you in the direction to answer those questions. And I just want to thank everyone so much for watching. And everyone that subscribed to the channel recently, like, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the kind words everyone said. And it's not, and just welcome to the channel. There's going to be a ton of MLB The Show 16 tips, because my goal is next year to be a community leader for the game. And maybe that'll happen, maybe that won't happen, but with your guys' support, it definitely helps me out. So be sure to drop a like, it helps the video. Be sure to subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. And hey, have a great day, everybody. Go strike some people out. Go pitch better. Until next episode, guys. I'll see you. I'll see you in the next episode. I'm gonna go stream some Conquest, because I'm working on my pitching and I'm working on my hitting, so I can get into the top 100 of Diamond Dynasty and hopefully the top 10. All right, that was a really long outro, guys. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.